All right, let's get this. Hello everyone, Speedy B here from Warfield Motor Adventures. Just wanted to cover a few things here in terms of the channel itself. I don't know if you have noticed or seen, we rebranded the channel from Warfield Motor Repair to Warfield Motor Adventures. I meant to do this before, like at the time of the change, just to explain why and go through a couple other things that we've got on our minds here for what we're going to do around here. So stick in. It's going to be a pretty short video. Like and subscribe as always. This is greatly appreciated. And comment down below if there's anything you want to see and things that you would maybe like us to give a try, or if you got any questions for us. We're always reading comments and looking at that. So, yep, let's get right into it. So we're going to start with the big topic with the rebrand. So originally we were doing Warfield Motor Repair, focused on repairing motorcycles and power sports in general. So that kind of started with the 95 ZX6R project bike. The problem with that is slowly after that bike, we started doing more videos of us out riding and doing a bunch of other things. And I was kind of like, well, it's like we were still doing repair, but it was more of like just adventure motorcycle stuff in general. And we'll have a video on the Ninja coming up shortly, what happened to it. We ended up trading it away, little spoiler. So I'll get into the details of that in a later video coming up, so stay tuned for that. But the reason for the rebrand was more, Dad and I were talking, it was like we felt as since we're switching and transitioning, doing a little bit more of us riding, and we're still going to do repair, don't worry about that, but we're doing more of us out riding and sharing those kinds of experiences with you guys. So we felt as maybe Warfield Motor Repair didn't quite fit what we're later going to do, things we have coming up. Then the other thing was my idea of what if we just generically rename it to anything in terms of motor. And the reason it's motor, not moto, is I have plans in the future of sharing experiences of us going to races, something like the Rolex 24 in Daytona, because we're motorheads, right? So we're not just centered around power sports and motorcycles, even though that's kind of the biggest thing that we are into. As you can see, got the Dad's KLX300 here. This is just as a backdrop so the video doesn't look boring. But the thing with that is if we switch to motor, then anything interesting us with motors and engines, which is kind of true. Everything from cars, motorcycles, swamp buggy racing, all sorts of that stuff. Because we did go to MotoGP, we documented that. So more things like that, just us and what we enjoy within the world of motors and engines and things like that, of automobiles, I guess you could say, for that matter too. That's pretty much it on the rebrand side. That's really why. So stay tuned for all that. We're gonna have content coming out with all sorts of different forms of automobiles in general, but still at the core will be motorcycles. I don't know how far in the future that would be, how soon, things like that, but that's kind of it. And then now going into the short term. So I was looking at kind of planning out some stuff. Obviously, motorcycle rides. Our 2025, in terms of the dirt, was very light. We rode Carolina Adventure World earlier in the year, about March. My younger brother, Cameron, he joined us for that. That's another thing. We're looking to get him maybe out in the trails and more riding, depending on how he feels with that, and his interest as well. I'm not going to force him, but if he decides to join us, that will always be appreciated, and he'll always be welcome on that. If you want to see him actually join us on more rides, you can drop a comment down below. Maybe that might persuade him a little bit. Probably not entirely, but you never know. The other thing is this KLX300. Now, Dad got it, and because this is a bike he was looking at for years now, since we started dirt riding. And soon enough here, he'll have a video going over his thoughts on the bike, more on pros and cons. I gave, when we were in Pennsylvania, I'll link that video right here. You can go check that out. Well, actually, it's linked here. There's that card. You can check out that video. That was me giving my personal thoughts on this bike, the way I feel. A basic way to sum it up is KLX300, not that bad. That's kind of my take on it. But he hasn't given his thoughts on the bike yet, and I kind of find that interesting. He bought it, and he has yet to give thoughts on his own bike yet. So if y'all are really looking to hear his thoughts on it and more pros and cons, more detail that I didn't go into that video, again, drop a comment down below. Be like, hey, it's like, we want to see that. You know, we want to hear, you know, what he has to offer on his own bike. And also in that video, he would cover mods. I know I've seen a handful of comments, people saying the second throttle plate, oh, you removed that, an exhaust system, the Delkevic system, people have been commenting on that, the 4-inch or 14-inch system, I'm sorry. So he'll be covering that in the pros and cons video whenever that shall happen. So that's kind of our short-term future with that. And more stuff with the Honda, the CRF 450L. Again, let us know if y'all want to see more content with that bike or this KLX300. Just kind of whatever you're feeling, you know. And in terms of like riding, got a comment where someone was like, yo, I'd love to come out and ride with y'all. If we're out riding at Enery, it's like, hey, and you want to follow us or hang out with us while we're riding, I'm all for it. Like, that's cool. Like, when I saw that comment, I was like, yes. I'm like, that's cool. Hang out with you guys, you know, get to meet some of you guys in person and go hang out and ride. You know, really, that's kind of what the motorcycling world is about. It's just the community in itself. So, like, getting to know different people, riding experiences, things that people do, talk about different bikes, all that kind of thing. So, definitely, if we're out at Enery and you see us, you know, don't feel shy. Like, we're definitely going to talk to you for sure if you come up to us. So there's that. Well, did I say Enery? Or when we're out riding wherever, you know, you see us, we'll definitely love to stop and chat about that. You know, just kind of whatever. So that's kind of it for this video. I wanted to keep it short. I think I ran over my time limit. I wanted to keep it about 5 minutes. What are we at? I think that's a 7. I can't really see. Yeah, about 7 minutes. So I apologize for that, but still pretty short. Just going over our short-term, kind of long-term plans and why we changed from Warfield Motor Repair to Warfield Motor Adventures. Stay tuned for all the content. Like I said at the start of the video, like, comment, subscribe. That really shows us your appreciation and kind of will keep us heavily motivated to do this. If you guys are interested in what we're doing, I have motivations for doing it just to share my thoughts with the world. But if y'all are really invested, we're going to dig deep really on this whole thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. As I always say, ride safe and enjoy every ride. Speedy be out. See you guys in the next video. Peace.